You
My name is Audrey Tauro, and I'm hereby presenting to you the Global Trends 2030 Alternative Worlds as published by the National Intelligence Council in December 2012. And my introduction, the Global Trends 2030 installment by National Intelligence Council is aimed at providing a framework for thinking about the future. It is an expansion from previous publications on the disruptive technologies that are currently changing situations through researches with institutions such as Dewey Laboratories at Sandia, Oak Ridge, and NASA. The report in general stimulates dialogue on the challenges that will confront the global community during the next 15 to 20 years and positive, peaceful ways to achieve them. These are the issues to be addressed in the three major areas, which are mega trends, game changers, potential worlds. On major trends, there is a focus on individual empowerment, diffusion of power, demographics pattern, food, water, and energy nexus. On game changers, the focus is on crisis-prone global economy, governance gap, potential for increased conflict, wider scope of regional instability, impact of new technologies, role of United States. On potential worlds, the focus is on stalled engines, fusion, genie out of the bottle, non-state world. Now, I will deliberate on these three areas. And I'll start with the megatrends. Megatrends, the related tectonic shifts. Individual empowerment will accelerate owing to poverty reduction, growth of the global middle class, greater educational attainment, widespread use of new communications and manufacturing technologies, and healthcare advances. Game changers. Game changer number one, the crisis-prone global economy. The international economy almost certainly will continue to be characterized by various regional and national economies moving at significantly different speeds, a pattern reinforced by the 2008 global financial crisis. Game changer 2, the governance gap. During the next 15 to 20 years, as power becomes even more diffuse than today, a growing number of diverse state and non-state actors, as well as substantial actors such as cities, will play important government roles. Game changer 3, potential for increased conflict. Historical trends during the past 2 decades show fewer major and armed conflicts, and where conflicts remain, fewer civilian and military casualties than in previous decades. Game changer 4, wider scope of regional instability. Regional dynamics in several different theaters during the next couple decades will have the potential to spill over and create global insecurity. Game changer 5, the impact of new technologies. 4 technology arenas will shape global economic, social, and military developments, as well as world community actions pertaining to the environment by 2030. Information technology is entering the big data era. Breakthroughs, especially for technologies pertaining to the security of vital resources, will be necessary to meet the food, water, and energy needs of the world's population. Key technologies likely to be at the forefront of maintaining such resources in the next 15 to 20 years will include genetically modified crops, precision agriculture, water irrigation techniques, solar energy, advanced bio-based fuels, and enhanced oil and natural gas extraction via fracturing. Alternative worlds. The present recalls past transition points such as 1815, 1919, 1945, and 1989, when the path forward was not clear-cut and the world faced the possibility of different global features. We have more than enough information to suggest that however rapid change has been over the past couple of decades, the rate of change will accelerate in the future. Stalled engines. Stalled engines, a scenario in which the risk of interstate conflict rise owing to the new great game in Asia, was chosen as one of the bookends illustrating the most plausible worst case. Fusion, in the other bookend, describing what we see as the most plausible best case. This is a world in which the specter of a spreading conflict in South Asia triggers efforts by the US, Europe, and China to intervene and impose a ceasefire. Genie out of the bottle. This is a world of extremes. Within many countries, inequalities dominate, leading to increasing political, social tensions between countries. There are clear-cut winners and losers. For example, countries in the Eurozone core, which are globally competitive, do well, while others on the periphery are forced to leave the EU. Non-state world. In this world, non-state actors, non-governmental organizations, multinational businesses, academic institutions, and wealthy individuals, as well as subnational units, megacities for example, flourish and take the lead in confronting global challenges. Now relating to the case of Africa, it will be pointless to mention how these things are going to make an impact without relating to Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The change in the way of doing things explains why some companies and organizations in Africa have taken a huge step in implementing or focus on some of these areas mentioned before. Of paramount importance to this presentation is Econet Wireless International. Econet is a telecommunications company which has thus brought disruptive technologies that have changed the way of living of many people in the world through its various wing organizations. In a way to try and curb the SDGs in the works, Econet has on its own and or partnered with many other organizations around the world in trying to implement the SDGs. Now, in trying to explain how it has managed to do this, I will in brief talk about each work this organization has done in line with the SDGs. SDG number 1, end poverty in all forms, everywhere. When the country of Zimbabwe was under a national crisis after the floods hit the lower veld areas of the nation, Econet was one of the organizations that rallied behind with campaigns and donations in an effort to offer drought relief services to the affected people. SDG number 2, end hunger, achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. An organization called Ruzivo Trust has a program that generates and consolidates livelihoods, knowledge that helps marginalized and vulnerable people. Core themes of research including agriculture and food security, land tenure, entrepreneurship, development finance, indigenous knowledge, adaptation and gender. SDG 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages. High Life Foundation has embarked on many health programs, including the mobile clinics where people are treated for free, no matter their location. They sponsor student doctors and help in campaigns to curb outbreak diseases. Recently, The founder of Econet, Dr. Strive Masiwa, has been on the forefront on the issue of stopping Ebola outbreak in Africa and has made vast donations to the affected countries. This you can see on social media, on Twitter. They are being celebrated every day. SDG 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities. To date, as you can see from the statistics that are there, there's quite a number of students who are getting educational assistance in Zimbabwe and out of Zimbabwe, all over the world. The learning hubs were a solution to the list of problems that affect the caliber of students produced by some of the education systems in Africa. In 2012 alone, only 18.4% of the students who wrote the national curriculum ordinary level examinations passed. SDG 6. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. High Life Foundation has facilitated the refurbishment of toilets in quite a number of rural stations and also helped in the procurement and installation of boreholes. SDG 7. Ensure access to affordable, sustainable, and reliable energy for all. The excess power from base stations is channeled to provide energy for refrigerators that are strategically installed within easy reach to keep children's vaccines in the right temperature. Through this initiative, Econet Wireless Zimbabwe has helped immunize children against tetanus, measles, whooping cough, polio, and diphtheria, which are the main child killer diseases in this region. This was, however, a mention of some of the works done by Econet that are directly linked to the SDGs. On the other hand, there are, however, quite a number of other innovative works which has caused a shift in the way people do their things. EcoCash. EcoCash is a mobile transfer system similar to the M-Pesa of Kenya. In Zimbabwe, this has replaced the conventional banking system, and a report by the RBZ has confirmed that to date the mobile transfer, all networks, to date has reached the 1 billion USD mark. With EcoCash, people are able to send and receive money from all over Zimbabwe. People are able to pay for groceries and services such as water and electricity. In short, everything about money is being handled via EcoCash. 1,000 techies trained. Econet through Muzinda Hub has to date trained 1,000 young Zimbabwean techies who specializes in computer programming, though it will be in different programming languages. At the end, it provides employment for these young techies through a partnership with them and helping curb the issue of unemployment. Econet Solar. This is a project done by Econet in an effort to fight the enormous power cuts and inadequate power supply in Southern Africa. Econet produced the solar lantern, which charges itself using the ever-available sunlight in Africa. These lanterns can be used in rural areas where there's no electricity, and also many students in the urban areas have been using it for their studies. EcoFarmer. This is yet another disruptive and social innovation by Econet, in which farmers are helped with the climate conditions of their area being sent to them via a text message. Econet Connected Car. Recently, Econet launched the Connected Car, a product in which one will be able to manage their fleet and track their vehicles. Tengai. Econet also launched an online shopping mall called Tengai, where people are now able to buy goods online using their EcoCash or any other means of payment. So, in conclusion, Econet has become a synergy of innovation in Zimbabwe and has brought undoubtedly disruptive technologies to the nation of Zimbabwe. Econet is the game changer in Zimbabwe, and the works done, therefore, through its various wings, explains why it might become the powerhouse of all sectors in Zimbabwe in the next 15 to 20 years. Food for thought. Having said and evaluated these great works, do you really think that the change is only going to come from the European world? Thank you.